Hi. I wanted to take today's episode to show you guys a little bit around the studio and show off some of the gear that I use to make my videos in case any of you are feeling inspired to try to do something similar. Hold on just one second, it's a little too dark. And there we go, that's better. Okay, so here's a picture of when I first started making videos for YouTube. And then I'd like to give you guys a little bit of a glimpse of what it looks like now. So give me just one second. Okay, behind the camera now, and I'd just like to show you guys a little bit around the office here, the studio space. So here's where I shoot all of my talking head portions when you just see me talking to the camera, usually in that chair. Here's behind the scenes, the magic. And here's a big strong mirror. Bookcase, here's the desk with all of my camera gear and video gear beneath it with the PC that I built specifically for video editing. And the one thing that I'm having a problem with right now is how tall the desk is. Yeah, so I think that this will give you a good glimpse of it. Maybe I'll shrink this down just a little bit because this isn't actually a desk. This is a kitchen unit, a metal kitchen unit, and it has served its purpose, but in order to edit, my arms have to be way up here, and over long periods of time. I mean, okay, so 20% or so of any episode that you see is filming. The rest of the effort goes into post-production and the editing process. That means that I'm sitting here for about 5 hours or so to edit each video, and after long periods of time that gets really uncomfortable. And so I purchased, which is going to take the place of this big heavy metal bastard. So and now it's gone. And success. Okay, now that that's out of the way, it's time for... So let's say you've watched some of my videos or some other people's videos on YouTube and you've thought to yourself, hey, I'd kind of like to do that. Yes, Jude?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Can you duck?
You're covered. Oh, they're gonna find you out? Do you want to say hi to the people that are watching the video? Yeah. Go ahead.
Hi.
Do you want to go outside and go play with your brother while Daddy records this?
No, I want you to change me.
You want me to change you? Okay, I'll be right back. Let's say that you've seen my videos and you enjoy the finished product and you are thinking to yourself that you might like to start something similar. Well, I am going to show you the gear that I have in order to produce the types of videos that you've seen. So, first off, we have the drone. And here we are. We have the EXO X7 Ranger. Now, this retails for, I think, about $400 some odd. I can't remember exactly how much. It's usually on sale. And you can see the arms unfold. And it's relatively easy to use. Here's the camera up front, it has a little cover. And I bought mine for about $250, maybe $300, something like that. They're usually on sale. And I would recommend that you start at that price point, or maybe a little bit more expensive if you can afford it, to get these types of drone shots. Because if you go less expensive than that, first off, they're really lightweight. And so it'll be really easy for them to blow away if they're poor build quality. And you don't want to be losing that. So you can get them as cheap as like 50, 20, 80 bucks, something like that. But those are going to be really lightweight and they could blow away really easily. Another thing to keep in mind with drones is that the lower quality that they usually just connect to Wi-Fi. And those signals are really unreliable. So that's another surefire way that if you take it outside on a high windy day, it'll blow away, you'll lose connection, and there goes your money down the toilet. The next real big investment that I made for the channel was this camera. Now this is the Canon EOS M50, and because you can't look at it from the camera that's pointing at me, I'm going to show you with my cell phone. So here we are. Here's the Canon EOS M50. It is about $700 for the camera plus the kit lens, which is what I'm using. Ideally, you would have a little bit better lenses, but as you can see, there's the viewfinder here, and that has really added a lot of quality of life to the filmmaking process for me, because since I film solo, I can check to make sure that I'm in frame with that screen flipped out, whereas before I was filming on this phone, which is great. I will touch on that in a second. But one of the realities in filming with phones like that, if you're filming yourself, is you have to spend a little bit of extra time to make sure that you're in frame, or your subject is in frame, whatever you're filming. And if it's yourself, it's a little tricky to hop on, back and forth in order to see that. And on top there, I have the microphone, which is, I can't exactly remember what brand the microphone is. So give me just 1 second. Movo VXR10 microphone. This is directional. It works outside. It works inside. People and audience will forgive poor picture quality a lot more than they would forgive poor audio quality. When I've seen other videos on YouTube from people who have good quality video, but their sound quality is really poor, it's really true. There's just something about bad sound that is not pleasing to the audience. So that would be a recommendation starting out the gate. So I told you that I was going to touch back on filming on cell phones. My first 13 videos were all filmed on cell phone. You cannot deny that you have in your pocket already everything that you need essentially to start making movies or films or YouTube videos, whatever it is that you want to do. And one thing that I would recommend if you do want to start a film project is figure out your audio, figure out your lighting as quickly as possible, because those two things make a really, really big difference from an audience standpoint, from a viewer. Those things really add a lot of quality to your film. I gotta tell you, YouTube, everything. I've learned how to fix a lot of things on my cars. I've learned how to repair a lot of things around the house. I've learned how to do everything from filming to post-production with YouTube. That includes lighting, that includes audio. There's lots of people out there that love helping others who are just starting out, myself included, and I gotta tell you, it's a fantastic resource. Now that you have all my secrets, I wanna leave you one last thing, a bit of advice for anybody aspiring to start a project for themselves, whatever it may be. If it's film, if it's art, if it's something with crafts, whatever it is. Every single person who has an artistic heart and aspires to do something creative is going to reach that first roadblock of, I don't know if I'm any good, and I'm an imposter, and nobody's gonna like it, and X, Y, and Z. There's going to be lots of reasons to not start the project, and they're very good reasons because they make you feel that this thing that you want to accomplish is insurmountable. But I will tell you this. Done is better than perfect. Ever since I heard that, that's been one of my mottos. It doesn't need to be perfect. I mean, perfect would be great, of course, but I don't think that's even attainable. And the only way that you would even get to perfect is if you actually produce. So instead of trying to please that inner judge of yours that strives for the rule in your mind, whatever it may be, just tell it to be quiet and remember and repeat to yourself that done is better than perfect. Okay, I'm starting to sweat under these lights, so I'm gonna go. But I will see you guys next week. Thanks for watching the video. All right, bye.